Oh, hi. I'm Draculia Drawsalot. We'll get back to that. So here's the deal. I've been developing my own webcomic called Circus in Wonderland, which I'm making a introduction video for because I really just wanted to talk about my characters for once instead of pretending they don't exist. I'm so tired of doing that! But I got so excited at the thought of starting YouTube that I rushed making a character instead of really taking the time to see what stuck. And I figured since my channel just started, I definitely have the time to still change that. I think that's a pretty reasonable conclusion. So I will be sharing my character design process for my persona and channel mascot, Draculia. Before I start designing my character, I need to do some brainstorming to figure out what I even want. What will be the species? What is the theme? What are their interests? I usually start with making a mood board, which you don't even need a fancy software for. You can literally just use MS Paint. And when it comes to personas, I'm also taking in account my personal likes and dislikes. I know everybody puts something they like or want to see in every character they make, but it's different with a persona. With a OC, it's more like a anchor for storytelling. With your persona, it's more like a self-portrait, if that makes any sense. Picking a specific theme is optional, by the way, but for me it makes my character design process a lot easier and more fun. Now it's time for the character design process. I wanted something that struck a nice balance of cool yet cute, because those are my favorite kinds of mascots. And in terms of colors, I want a clear emphasis on black, pink, and purple, but still have the color wheel integrated into her design. You see, when I was a kid, I was very jealous of DeviantArt rainbow OCs, and I'm absolutely obsessed with scene core. So I wanted to put some kind of colorful element into her design. As you can see with the speed paint footage, I almost went with a alpaca, but the more I drew that concept, the less I felt like it represents me. I eventually landed on a bat. Bats can be both edgy and cool, but also really cute. On this one single canvas, I ended up redrawing Draculia so many times. Mainly to figure out what her head looks like, but I also wanted to make sure I was happy with her design for a longer span of time. It's okay and even expected if her design changes in a couple years, but I don't want to end up redesigning her every other month. I don't count new sprites as a redesign, by the way. If I end up redrawing her sprites, but her design still looks the same, that's not a redesign. You will see me play around with the placement of the rainbow quite a lot. I'm kind of throwing a lot of character design principles out of the window, but it's my persona, so it's fine. I wanted Draculia's outfit to be fantastical enough to look interesting, but casual enough to be something you could see yourself wear in real life. Here's the first draft I ended up on. I like where it's going, but something feels off, so I went back to the drawing board. Now we're on the second phase, the calm before the storm. After this, it goes all downhill. Here I'm redrawing Stellar's sprites, but with Draculia, because I wanted to play more with the proportions. Because I believe that that was the part that was throwing me off. And I think the second part might have been the green. I absolutely love green, but I don't think it was working for her design in particular. Which is really bizarre to me because green as a color is very closely associated with scene fashion, so I don't know why it didn't fit with her. I mean, I didn't even push the scene fashion that far with her design. And now here comes the stage where I make the second and what I thought was the final reference. But I was wrong. So wrong. So here comes the storm. And now the storm begins. I keep relearning the same lesson about myself, that if something isn't working for me, I shouldn't force my brain to like it. Because for some reason, I was making sprites of a design I didn't even like, yet I was forcing them to work here. I don't know what's wrong with me. Looking at this footage hurts because I can literally feel the stress emanating from it. I started from scratch again, and I didn't even record most of the new template because I was having an absolute war with the colors. I don't know when or how I came to this conclusion, but I eventually decided to just change the green into purple. Green and pink is my favorite color scheme, but if it's not working for her, I shouldn't force it. Besides, green can still be in alternative outfits. I have tried green eyes, which aren't horrible, but it does look a little strange, so eh. My brain also wanted there to be an equal amount of purple and pink, even though the skin is pink, so that was never going to happen. And that was never a requirement, and yet I kept tripping over that. I get really annoying mental blocks like that with everything ever. It's honestly exhausting. Last moment, I gave Draculia a unicorn horn instead of the two little horns, as well as a little snout. If people can make a dog OC with demon horns and angel wings, I can add a couple unicorn elements to my bat OC. And also the tiny horns were kind of hard to draw, so... The one thing I do miss is the rainbow hair, but I like having my personas at least semi-recreatable in video games, and rainbow hair is almost never an option. I have found a pretty good compromise anyway. That way, it's technically a part of her hair, but simultaneously, it's also not. There is an aspect of Draculia that I've not really talked about at all. And that's the sheer amount of Nintendo DS and 3DS energy I actually put in her. Like, other than the literal play buttons on her skirt and the overall nerdy outfit, also the rainbow accents obviously being a nod to Rainbow Road. I don't think it's really that obvious. I mean, her paintbrush tail also functions like a DS stylus where she could use it against screens if she wants to. So, now that I have finally ended up on a design I actually like and I want to keep, time for the turnaround sheet. Cue the music! And with that, that's her. That's me. I really hope I was able to inspire somebody out there. And it was pretty interesting to share my character design process for Draculia. I tried to write my headspace into some parts, but I'm not great at telling my thoughts, I'm better at visualizing them. So I hope the commentary was at least cohesive and made sense. Definitely something I'm working on and what I will improve over time. This video was deliberately short and simple for that very purpose. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of my shenanigans and doodles. Goodbye!